Hi there, this is Chris Poulos, and I thought I'd take a few moments to record some thoughts I have on education and teacher leadership in preparation for our meeting in Boulder. When I was named the State Teacher of the Year in 2007, one of the first questions people asked me over and over again was, when are you going to become a principal? And I found that question really ironic, that people would ask someone who just got recognized for great teaching when they were going to stop doing that and take on a different role in a school or move on outside of the school. And so since then, I always come back to that question, and I think a lot about why I've stayed in education, why I'm committed to public education as a classroom teacher, and why I have become engaged as a teacher leader rather than a principal or school building leader. And I think the best place for me to begin is how I became a teacher. You see, I never studied education in college, and I graduated and joined the Peace Corps because I aspired to a career in public service, and I thought that would be a good foundation for that. And when I came home, I said, hey, education might be a good vehicle to public service. And I saw this 12-week alternate route to certification program run by the state of Connecticut, and I looked at it as an opportunity. And I don't think I would have gone back to school for 2 years to become a teacher. And I said, wow, this is great. I can become a teacher quick and do something. I can do something to serve my community. And so teaching seemed to work out. I did the program, and now 13 years later, I'm happy and I'm working in education still. But along the way, I've always looked for opportunities, and whether it's opportunities to innovate or collaborate, improve as a teacher, be involved in meaningful work. And I think it's this opportunity-seeking mindset that has allowed me to become the teacher who I am and has kept me in the classroom and working as a teacher leader outside of the classroom. And my work with NSTOY over the recent couple of years in the strategic planning process, and then now as we implement our strategic plan, has confirmed that if we as a country are hoping to attract and retain the best and brightest people into careers in teaching, we have to offer them opportunities. Our profession needs to offer teachers opportunities to collaborate and innovate, opportunities to specialize or take on roles in school improvement, opportunities to lead, whether it might be as a policy advocate at the district, state, or national level, as a mentor teacher helping new teachers acclimate to the profession, as a professional development leader, a curriculum development, and so forth. Opportunities to make decisions or contribute, maybe advise and contribute to making decisions, to take on different roles and be compensated accordingly, and so on. I think you get the idea. And I think that it's this type of system that's going to support teacher leadership as a vehicle that's going to address the many challenges that confront our profession. And so when we talk about teacher leadership, I guess I'll close with a few thoughts that I have about teacher leadership and what I think it needs to be. And I've come to view a definition when people ask me, well, what is it to be a teacher leader? And I've come up with this definition that involves the interaction of three roles or skill sets for teachers. First and foremost, teachers need to be best practitioners. They have to know their craft. They have to know that process of teaching and learning, which is the foundation of education, how to interact with their students, how to read their students, how to respond to their students, how to work with other teachers and parents and the school community. It's this skill, along with the knowledge of their content, that's so important in terms of for being a best practitioner. Teacher leaders also have to understand the rationale for good educational policy. And most importantly, they need to understand how the best practice interacts with the good policy. So often I work with the greatest teachers, and they are so frustrated by new policy initiatives on all levels, district, state, and national levels, because they don't understand the rationale or the purpose for the policy. And at the same time, I get a chance to work with policymakers who are very good-intentioned people who want to do what's best for public education, but simply because they're not in a classroom don't understand the implications of the policy decisions that policy proposals that they're making, and so there's a gap. And teacher leaders are people who can translate between these two groups of stakeholders, the classroom teachers and the policymakers, and reassure them or help facilitate a conversation as to what's really, really best for students. And finally, the teacher leaders need to have the ability to navigate between policy and practice so that they can advocate for the teaching profession. And they need to be able to advocate for policies and practices that promote what's best for students in our profession. They need to be able to tell their stories, the stories of their students, the stories of other teachers, and the stories of those other teachers' students. And it's through this advocacy, best practice, and policy, those three buckets, that we have the effective teacher leader. So if you could imagine a Venn diagram, a triple Venn diagram, with policy, practice, and advocacy overlapping, that shaded area in the middle is where I see teacher leadership. That's it for now. I guess I'm going to sign off. I have a lot more to say, but I'm already at almost 7 minutes. So I look forward to seeing you in Colorado and working on our Aspen project. Cheers.